Bam, 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 bam. Welcome to App Stupid on the Weekends. It's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know how we do. This is us just doing shows that we don't normally do because we cut content through the week. But there's so much news that's out there, we just got to give our opinion. So sit back, relax, have a good laugh, and welcome to App Stupid on the Weekends. Yeah, shout out to us. Y'all know what we do on the weekend. Getting it in on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. You know I don't cut content all the time, but gotta go ahead and give my thoughts on everything that just went down. My goodness. 34 here in the Midwest is pretty crazy outside. It's gonna get down below freezing, so make sure you got your heat working properly. Tank Davis robs Lamont Roach Jr. We'll go ahead and get into that. Also, we've got another Puff Daddy allegation out there. Drake just wins a lawsuit and he settles with iHeartRadio. He still has a case open against Universal. We'll go ahead and look at that. And then Reason, the rapper, he has split from TDE. We'll go in and talk about that. These stories and many more when we get back from a quick 20 from a rap album we're pushing this month. It's your boy Big Vern. Drop the spot. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you again from App Stupid Studios with another rap album we put. I'm telling you, it's like Christmas around here. Smith & Wesson Infinity in stores now. BCC Boot Camp Click, stand up. Come on, man. Talking about Infinity. I thought Infinity was fire by itself, but Moses Promise, Black Eminence with Prodigy, rest in peace Prodigy. Beautiful Trip, Church with Jaleesa, Enjoy Your Life, Just Say with Conway the Machine, and Heard Me About, man, that is crazy. That song with Sean Price and Maverick Sabre and Elephant in the Room? Elephant in the Room is some talking. Oh, Smith & Wesson, Infinity. I didn't like the whole thug virtue signaling, coming to the ring, and this whole wife beater, whatever that was about, and you banging Dipset. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let's just keep it boxing. And we all know Tank starts slow. So those first 3 rounds, he didn't do anything. And Tank didn't do anything but take pot shots, and it was nothing really of any substance. Now, he got caught to the body, and him getting in that high guard, I don't know what that was all about. Now, shouts out to Lamont Roach, because he showed 2 different looks to Tank in there on defense. He would get in the high guard, but then when he would be in close and fight on the inside, he would convert into that Philly shell defense. When Tank would try to go ahead and counter and give him something up top, he would actually bend really well at the hips. And then when Tank would try and dig to the body, he would have his guard set up where he could catch those shots and then come back with his own counters. And I was really impressed with how he stood in front of Tank the whole night. Now, Tank being 135 pounds, Lamont Roach Jr. is 130 pounds. He got called up to take this fight. And not only did you see the smaller man walk down the bigger man, you also saw he stood in front of Tank. He stood in front of Tank, and he did not clinch. He did not clinch. He was right there in front of Tank all night to be hit, and that was shocking to me because Tank has all this mystical power. And yet, Roach didn't just follow him around the ring. He cut Tank off in certain spots. And he was able to take not only those punches from Tank, but also administer his own punishment. And I was shocked because I thought that Tank would have taken this fight a little bit more serious. I thought Tank would have taken this fight a little bit more serious. That mysterious knee, what was that all about? Then I heard the excuse where he tried to say he had grease in his eye. I don't know what that is. He wasn't even pawing at his eye before he took that knee, so I don't know what that was. And why that wasn't ruled a knockdown is beyond me. Tell you what, give me a quick 20. We'll get on the other side of the content, and when we come back, we'll go into the deeper rounds and the things that I saw that were very troubling. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Ba-bum. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you from App Stupid Studios, pumping another rap album. IDK, Bravado Intimo, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is Mario Coins. Mario Coins is crazy. Then there's CU. Then there's Miles Trumpet Part 2. I think what's so dope about this album is like he recorded it in reverse. Because on side 2, you get Miles Trumpet 1. I'm telling you, I'm calling it early. This album has to be a candidate for Album of the Year. It is hands down the best rap album so far of 2025. IDK, Bravado Intimo, in stores now. IDK, shout out to him. I love the whole project. So when we last left off, we were talking about the things that were very troubling. Tank Davis was able to, I don't know what that was. That whole cheap shot, it had to be in the 4th or 5th round where he had clinched up with Roach Jr. and then started jumping his shoulder up under this guy's neck. And when you start doing those cheap shots, it's meant for intimidation. Roach Jr. was not intimidated. He stayed with the plan. And then weirdly, after the 5th and 6th round, he started dapping him up after the rounds. And I couldn't figure that out because Tank has never done this. Tank has never done this. Gervonta Tank Davis has never given a boxer any kind of props during the fight. And he did that to Lamont Roach from the 6th, 7th, 8th. And it was so weird because he didn't do this to Rolly. He didn't do this to Frank. But it was almost like, wow, this guy came to win. And then the talking and the showboating, him putting his hands down. I was just like, Tank is actually spent. Around the 7th and 8th round, his mouth was open. And he kept dropping his guard and trying to go ahead and do all of the showboating. And I was like, he might be gassed out. He might be gassed out. And there's nothing he could have done to steal those rounds. And as you started to watch this, you started to see one painful thing is that Tank Davis doesn't have an inside game at all. Roach clearly won on the inside of the fight, refusing clinches and still pounding away. And just when you thought that he ate a shot clean from Tank, he would give Tank 3 or 4 more shots trying to get him up out of there. Tank Davis lost this fight. Let's be clear about that. He was given a gift to get out of Dodge. And it had me thinking, was this the Mike Tyson and Razor Ruddock? Because when I thought about it, when Mike Tyson fought Razor Ruddock, those fights were brutal on Mike Tyson. Both of them. And then when you put it after that, he fights McNally and then Sheldon, and then he loses to Holyfield. But the fights with Ruddock took the most out of Mike Tyson, in my humble opinion. This fight with Roach took a lot out of Tank. It took a lot out of Tank, and it showed people that footwork and being dynamic and being a really accurate counterpuncher will give Tank problems. Roach has excellent footwork. And how he was able to stand there in the pocket and trade, not only in the early rounds, but also in the later rounds. Exposing that in Tank. And when they were both talking back and forth, and then he was saying that, well, you know, you're not going to win. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Unless the fix was already in from PBC, no matter how long this thing goes, Tank is going to win no matter what. Them knowing that, I don't think they would have signed on the dotted line. But let's not make any excuses, or let's not, like I said, let's not hold our words or pull punches. Tank lost his fight. Tank lost this fight. And I gave him 3 rounds. Other than him turning up in the 6th round, really every other round is a swing round. But the bankable rounds late, Roach clearly won the 7th round, 8th round. The mysterious knee should have been a knockdown. Them giving Tank Davis a draw was them giving him a sympathy win. I already knew he loses to Devin Haney. But Devin Haney, looking at Lamont Roach and what Lamont Roach was able to pull off, Devin Haney destroys Tank Davis. Devin Haney destroys Tank Davis. I think Shakur Stevenson upstarts him and beats him into depression. Right now, what you saw was the handlers of Tank Davis. Now they have to keep him away from the real dangerous guys at 135. You can't put him at 140 because of the live dogs at 140. The fight before that with Gary Antoine Russell, do you really think that version of Tank last night can beat Gary Antoine Russell? No, not in the slightest. Gary Antoine would have been looking for this dude. And right now, with all of the I'm going to retire talk, and then even after the press conference, I got a lot going on in my life. Bro, stop it. You wanted to play this thug character up. You wanted to be a cartoon character of somebody in the streets, and it didn't work. This dude wasn't scared. He beat you to the punch. He countered you perfectly and beautifully all night, beautifully boxed. He stood right in front of you. He did not run. And he showed everybody that you ain't so bad. And you lost this fight. Again, if you're a Tank Davis fan, how can you defend any of this? Again, if you are listening to this pod, get in the comments. Let us know that we get it right. What did we leave out? This is Big Vern. We talk back. We'll be back. Top of the hour. This is your boy Big Vern at App Stu.